All right, welcome back on in. We are going to be tackling west now. So once again, just chain dashing in groupings of 2. Then here on this screen, we're going to walk for a little bit and then start doing groupings of 2. You can do one grouping of 3 here to make this next upcoming part a little bit easier, because I like to do a grouping of 2 across this platform, just like that. Then more groupings of 2. Like I said, as a beginner, what you really want to focus on for movement-wise is just practicing nailing that grouping of 2. Having that be very fluid is going to be extremely useful for you. Cool, okay. So here's the first module in West. Go ahead and open and close the game menu to stop the game from opening the map. And take the elevator back up. So here we can actually like dash above this bush here when we're coming out. And that's why I destroyed these bushes as I was coming down the elevator. That just allows me to have a direct pipeline to be able to dash out of here. Right? So altogether that looks like this. Great. Then coming through here, these trees are really difficult to dash around. Like some of them are really tricky. And that's because their hitboxes are kind of like really concisely placed. Like here you'll notice that you can't really see the trunk of the smaller tree, but it's there. And so these trees can be very tricky to work through. So here, there's actually a hole right here you can dash through. And then here, there is another hole right here. There's another hole right there. There's another hole right there, right? So just go through one of these holes and then dash up. Just make sure you're going up through like the center of the skull thing here or slightly to the right. Then you can dash down between this tree, which is a little bit faster, but it makes the next dash a little bit quicker, or just go above it. And then going through here. This is one of the trickier dashes because you can get caught on this tree, you can get caught on this tree. So just do your best to try and work through that tree section. And don't fret if you get hung up. Then depending on how your stamina is, I usually do 2 slow dashes at the start of this area and do groupings of 2. Having your pistol out can be a little bit better because these dogs each have 2 health. And then just go ahead and actually take out this dog and then take this elevator down. Great. So West is nice because we're going to have a lot of little skips, including this cough cutscene skip here. There's a cough cutscene right here that we can actually skip by coming down here and breaking these boxes. There's also a safety med kit right here if you took any damage. Right, and just to show that the cough cutscene is here, there it is, right? There it is. Then when we go through this door here, what we're going to do is do a chain of 2 directly downwards, do 1 slow dash down into the right, and stand in a very specific spot. Okay? I'm going to try and show this. All right? Right? So here I'm going to chain dash twice, and then I'm going to try and stand right here in the tree, and then walk downwards. So it will look like this. Just like that. All right? And that's because the transition zone is actually just peeking out very barely in this tiny little spot right there. Right there. Cool. So just go ahead and walk into that spot. That's what I actually do in my route. Then just go ahead and do groupings of 2. We're going to skip all this stuff in here. Groupings of 2. And then make sure you get this waypoint. And open and close the menu. Definitely get this waypoint. Do not forget to get this waypoint. Don't forget that waypoint. Because we are going to be coming back to that. Just more groupings of 2. Over here's another arena skip where there's a slot right here that you can actually sneak into. Right? So you see this? And that'll both lower the wall and enter the transition zone for you. Great. So here, just go ahead and come down here, break these crystals, and take the elevator on down. Next, make sure you're above 2 health for this next section. Make sure you have more than 2 health. Then at these crystals, these are actually 2 big crystals here. So if you walk to the left here and then walk down and aim downwards, you can actually use the laser to one-shot that big crystal there. Okay, just to show this again. All right, so what I do is I do a chain dash of 2, and dash once, laser, and then dash down. Then you can destroy this explosive barrel, which has a huge explosion radius and deals 2 damage, or you can just walk around it. Then I like to break these boxes to try and get a bit of ammo back. And you can preemptively use the laser to destroy this crystal, or just walk up and destroy it. Here, we can actually just dash through these crystals here. Then next up here, you can dash up here, break these crystals to work through, or you can walk up to this ledge, standing from about here to here, right? Somewhere around here, right? At the ledge, and aim somewhere over here, right? If you aim over there, you can actually dash through this little spot. However, the game has a dash autocorrect. So if I dash directly at the spot, it will dash me up and to the left. So to bypass the dash autocorrect, just aim more to the right with your dash. There, voila. Then we're going to come over here for our second module in West. Great. So somewhere between here and the elevator, go ahead and switch back to the pistol. Right, I just did that there. And just do groupings of 2. Great. Okay. So here, this is a bit of RNG. I got very lucky in that all the dogs except for 1 died to the spikes. But you can just use your sword slashes there. 3 sword slashes will break the crystal and whatever dog is there or doggos. And if there's any dogs left alive, just go ahead and pistol plink them with a sword slash. Okay. Then using groupings of 2, once again, we're going to come over here. So here you can actually work your way through this section. I'm actually just going to go through the transition zone to despawn those enemies. So you can like go through here and do some semi-blind movement. The pathway is like this. It's like a little sort of parenthesis, if you wish. Or half circle, right? Or what you can do is come up here and break one of those crystals and then just go through. So if you don't want to be bothered with the semi-blind movement, just break one of the crystals. And then here we're going to grab our next module. Fantastic. Ka-ching! Then over here is a safety medkit if you need one. Awesome. Then we're just going to go ahead and backtrack through and go back to the right. Right? So here, once again, the semicircle to get out. Whoops. Here you want to make sure you are going here and then down, because this is actually a wall off. This right here is a wall off. You can't get past this. So just make sure you're down enough to be able to get through that crystal patch. And just go ahead and break that crystal and dash up into this cough cutscene. All right. So up here is a really scary section for newer runners. This crystal bridge here is a very thin thing, and you can actually do a full chain dash to get through. I'm actually just going to make sure I hit the save trigger here, wherever it is, so I can show this off multiple times. Cool. So from here, if you walk up a little bit, dash up and to the left, and then horizontal, and then smooth out horizontally, you can get through this section, like so. Oops. Whoops, I was a little too far forward. Hang on. Whoops, and then I got dash reset, and I'm dead. Fantastic. Look at me, Mr. Veteran Speedrunner. So as you can see, this is very precise, this is very difficult. But I just want you to be aware that this does exist. Ah, I got a dash reset again. All right, I'll try one more time. Oops. That didn't count. Woof. All right. So the easier variation of this, as I get hit again, is to walk across these spikes and then start a chain dash chain. Just like that. And then you can carry a full chain dash chain into this cutscene here, right? Alternatively, what you can do for a safer method is do a grouping of 2 there, a grouping of 3 to 4 there. I like to do 4, but if you do 3, you'll end up here, and then do a grouping of 2 to hit this cutscene trigger. So that is an alternative method if you don't want to do the full chain dash chain. Next up here is going to be a cutscene, but what we can do is just come right around here and walk around the cutscene. So the way you can see this visually is there's this tiny little statue of a doggo or a bear or whatever that is. And you want to be just slightly underneath that, and that is where you can slip into this crack. And then coming up here, we can open this door, come over for this med kit at 0 time loss, and then go on through. So here you want to check your ammo and make sure that you are on full ammo. If you are not on full ammo, go ahead and like sword slash some of these guys. Or sword slash some of these guys. Then just keep doing groupings of 2 to get through here. Next up, safety medkit right here. Fantastic. Grab that if you are not on full medkits. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to swap weapons from the laser back to the shotgun. So first make sure you have the laser equipped, open this door, right? And then go through the motions to open the shotgun and swap back to the map, right? So all together, right? If I was to do this quickly, it would look like this, right? Right? And then you can end up swapping from the laser back to the shotgun before this door is fully opened. Also, if you are not on full health, go ahead and grab this medkit. Cool. Or even if you're full on health and not full on medkits, okay? So here's West Boss, just like with North Boss. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just post a video down below with me doing this boss like 10 plus times in a row without commentary to just showcase off sort of how I deal with different situations. Right now, I have been having some difficulty when I was practicing earlier today with this boss. But what you want to do is you want to stand right about here and then dash up and to the left with a full chain dash chain sequence of 6, right? So you'll do 6 dashes, and you want this full chain, and you want to be hooking to the left as you go through the chain. So it will look like this. Then we're going to shotgun flank 3 times. And then follow the boss over here. And survive. And then you can just take out the boss. Alright? There are other sort of situations that can come up when you're facing the boss, and so that's why I think the reference video is going to be useful. But you can actually guarantee killing this boss while he's releasing this third guy every single time. Okay? There's various reasons why this manip may not work, right? The first one is because you are too low. If you're too low, the boss will come over here, release this guy, and then release nobody else. Then if you're not far enough over to the left, he will just not release anybody and just start attacking you. Okay, other things that can end up happening is if he is too high. Like if you shotgun plank him from underneath him, it'll actually push him higher, and he'll release 2 people here, and then just not even come over here to release this guy. So make sure you get in those 2 to 3 shotgun planks at the very beginning of the fight to push him downwards so that he releases 1 and comes up to release 2. And make sure you get some sword attacks on him as he's coming up to here. Okay? And then just follow through with him. But if he breaks out of it, don't be afraid to like kill off those enemies and then kill off the boss. And in fact, I will showcase off some like safer, some easier sort of backup strats in those sort of chaos situations, which you will inevitably find yourself in from fighting this boss. So next up, if you're not on full medkits here, you can get this medkit here. But once again, you don't need to heal because we're going to be teleporting out from this pylon. And then here we're going to activate this pylon and do a teleport trick. But instead of going back to town, we're going to go back to west because we still have one more module we need to collect. So go ahead and do that teleport trick to get out. And then we're going to be heading over for Dogeland. Great. So coming back over here to the left, we're going to dash down here. And here is a backup medkit if you do not have full medkits as well. Okay. So in this area, this has very particular movement I do. This is going to, I'm going to just show this area a few times. So first we're going to dash twice here, attack these bushes, dash twice here, attack these bushes, do a chain of 3 dashes, and then attack these 3 bushes here, leaving this bush alive, and then come down here and get below this tree line. So altogether, this is going to look very particular. I'm just going to have to go back from the waypoint each time. Oops. I tried to go for a ledge reset there. It didn't take. All right, so altogether, this will look like this. Crap. All right, I got hit. Yep, I got hit. Woof. So if this happens, just back out and take a pistol plank fight with these wolves. Right? Don't mess around with these dogs. Just back out, attack those guys, and then coming into here, we'll spawn 3 more. And we'll spawn 1 more guy over here. And then if this guy comes in, just take him out, and then do a teleport trick back to town. But I do want to show off what a successful Dogeland does look like. Okay. So I have the pistol. Right? And then you do a teleport trick out. And you'll notice that these dogs are caught on this lower bush. But make sure to nail that teleport trick. Great, okay, so that is going to do it for West. So congratulations, you've made it out of West. You are now like 3/4 done with the run. The last one's going to be South.